Hello everybody, my name is Kuplo. I'm bringing you guys View Replay Cast number 22, and that was a weird yelly introduction I just did on accident. Sorry about that, it was a little bit too loud, but I do have my audio settings all figured out. I hope so. For the most part, this is my, I think it's the last adjustments I'll make for audio. Other than that, I'll probably keep them the same. Hopefully they do sound correctly for you guys. Hopefully you're not hearing too many spikes in the audio, because I was working pretty darn hard to fix those. But anyway, this is a View Replay Cast. It was sent in by somebody. I'm not going to tell you guys who it was sent in by, because, well, you know the drill. As always with the View Replay Cast, the general assumption is the person who sent it in is probably on the team that won. So I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. I don't want you guys to be ruined, or I don't want you guys to have any ruined enjoyment. So I'll definitely tell you guys who sent it in at the end. But during the game, I definitely won't tell you guys anything at all. And we're jumping ourselves into looks to be an all pick, sweet all pick, and everybody's getting all picked up. So hopefully we do have an exciting one on our hands. Not to say that all the other ones haven't been exciting, but I think what was it, the last few? No, not even the last few. There was one I remember that lasted like an hour long, and it was just like a farm fest, and it was ridiculous. I do enjoy casting all kind of games, but those hour-long games where everybody's farming and stuff, and then I have an issue or something like where my OBS crashes or something, I have to re-record it. It's like, oh my god, I have to do this all over again. So anyway. Hopefully we won't have one of those. Of course, I do know how long a game lasts, but you guys don't know how long a game lasts, but I'm not going to tell you guys, so you guys can just watch the video and just enjoy it all the way through without any spoiler, spoiler free. That is what I try to do here with Cool Blues Dota stuff, because spoilers are no fun, especially Game of Thrones spoilers. If you guys are reading that book series or watching the series on TV, there are many spoilers out there on the internet. And I'm okay with it, I'm cool. I don't really care if you tell me who or what happened to who or who happened to what. But, I mean, sometimes it gets kind of annoying, especially when somebody just blurts out, blah, blah happens. It's like, ah, come on, I wasn't even at that part yet. But anyway, I am on book 3 out of 5 books. I only have 4 of 5 books, and just to clarify, whenever I say the Game of Thrones series, I'm of course referring to the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R. Romero. It's a very good series. Oh, and also another thing, I pre-ordered Bioshock so I can play XCon recently, and I spent almost the entirety of 2 days playing that game consistently, just over and over. That game is so freaking fun. I don't know what it is about that game, but that game is like extremely fun. So I highly recommend that game to anybody, and that'll pretty much be the only plug I get for that game. But it's still a really fun game. If you're thinking about buying it, if you're on the fence about buying it, I would definitely say wait till it goes on sale and then definitely buy it. As soon as you see it go like at $35, definitely worth all your money. Not to say it's not worth your money at full price, but I don't like playing full price for most of my stuff, which is why I use a whole bunch of open source stuff, because I am poor. Well, not poor, I'm just cheap. Yeah, I'm not poor by even the closest sense of the word. I am just cheap. And I like to just have stuff for free, or have stuff open source with air quotes. That means free, guys. That's translated to free. So anyway, enough of that. Enough of stalling. Enough talking about me. Let me go and bring up all these graphs and do the introduction. Starting off with this Huskar, we have old Optimus on him. And where is it lasted tonight? There we go, that's what we want to see. Moving on to this mid, we see a Drow Ranger going mid. I have seen this a few times before. We see Corn, remember me, and then Drow Ranger did go for boots first. I do not recommend this at all, guys. Do not go for boots first. Boots first is a terrible choice to go for, mainly because it only gives you 50 movement speed and nothing else. If Drow Ranger really wanted something more worth her money, she could have got herself a Band of Elven skin. I wouldn't recommend that either, but at least she would have some form of stats. But I mean, I guess the only saving grace is that at least Drow Ranger has tangos. She has some form of regen monsters in her lane. So I guess I can't complain too much, but still don't go for boost first. There's much more efficient ways to go. Moving over down to the bottom, one is Rubick. Wait, didn't yeah. Corn, remember me? Yeah, on that Drow Ranger. Moving over to is Rubick. We have AOL the Beast on him. And I hear that was Enchantress Live. That threw me off because I have Enchantress Live as one of my ringtones, or had as one of my ringtones whenever I got a text message, and I thought I got a text message for a second. Anyway, we have Megan Fox on this Sven, so Megan Fox plays Dota, guys, so Dota's obviously cool enough for her. Moving over to Leshrac, we see Thorian, or Thorin TR-ATR on him, and that pretty much rounds out the rating side. Moving on to introductions for the dire side. Starting off with this Enchantress, who did do the live earlier, who made me think I had a freaking text message. We have Lizarin on her. Moving on to Invoker, we have Inya on Invoker. Back to mid, we see Reflects on that Pudge, getting harassed a little bit by that George. She did take 1 point, those frost arrows early, so she can do a little bit early harassment. It depends on your preference. Of course, I'm going to disagree with almost any and everything that anybody does, because that's what I do as a caster, guys. That's my job. I must disagree with everything. So anyway, moving over to continue introductions. Moving on to this Riki, we see CK. What's up on him? And last but not least, on the Zeus, we see Loki on the Zeus. So he's obviously related to Thor and all those people. So Thor, Loki, Zeus. Anyway, says Joe Ranger Huskar. Lols. Yeah. I think Pudge is just laughing at the picks, and I think yeah, my settings are good. Everything's good. Just gotta scroll with this. I gotta start scrolling with the mouse or scrolling with the keyboard, because the keyboard's a little bit more efficient. We see Enchantress coming out of jungle. She has herself 2 creeps. She's going for a quick kill on top of Leshrac. Leshrac goes down a split earth, hits Enchantress right in the face, and Enchantress gets hit with a lightning strike. And now she's getting harassed down by the Huskar. But Huskar's taking quite a bit of damage from the neutrals from that Enchantress. And Enchantress is able to turn it around and get another kill. She was level 3 coming out into that jungle. I think she was only level 1 or level 2 when she came out, but she got another level when she got the kill, and she did heal herself to help her stay alive in that engagement. So she definitely did pretty well with that. Moving over down bottom, we see what happened. We see Rubick and Sven doing a little bit of damage to Zeus and Riki, or just Sven taking a lot of damage from Riki, I guess, and Zeus. Zeus is pretty annoying for Sven to deal with, mainly because Zeus can throw down all those lightning bolts and had that static field reduce or do damage to him based on his HP, which is not fun at all, especially considering the fact that Sven does have relatively a lot of HP. I mean, compared to Rubick, he doesn't have all that much. And you see all his HP is getting zapped away as he's just sitting there just getting zapped with all the lightning. So I mean, yeah, Sven's not going to be having too much fun. At least he has a Rubick there to help him out. If they do catch out of Zeus, though, Zeus is extremely vulnerable. All they had to do was just throw out a telekinesis on top of his face. Or not his face, but just throw a telekinesis, pull him back towards him, and Sven can follow up with a stun to make sure they get a quick kill on top of him. So moving on to this, let me go and call a lane. As far as the lanes go, down the bottom lane, like we already saw, we see a Rubick Sven versus a Riki Zeus. Zeus is typically a mid, but Pudge was on the side of the diner, so he wanted to go mid. Riki pops a cloud, and Sven throws an auto attack on top of him, and Rubick telekinesis him toward the cloud. Riki might be seeing his life go right before him. Sven's going to be doing a few more auto attacks, one more auto attack, and then we'll go. Riki does go down, and now Sven is on the run. He's taking an auto attack. So he's taking damage from all the creeps, and he's also taking a little bit of attacks, or a little bit of damage from that Zeus. Zeus does have a bottle, so he's going to go ahead and pop a few charges and healing up. And Drow Ranger's still mid. She's just hanging out. She's sitting on 600 gold right now. Pudge on the other hand, he's trying to build himself a look to be. Oh my gosh, engagement happening on top. We got Enchantress getting a kill on top of Huskar. Double kill for her. Take it back. She got a double kill. Leshrac did go down to her as well. So Enchantress have been doing pretty darn well. Just show you the power of Enchantress in the jungle. Early Enchantress is so darn annoying to deal with because she can just get those powerful creeps. This is where people like Enchantress, people like Shen, their power lies primarily in their ability to just get all those high level creeps and just destroy everything. So she has a centaur and she had a wildkin, and they basically walk up to sorry, hold on, I said that wrong. Enchantress had a centaur and the wildkin, and she sends them into a bar, and they say, no, I'm joking. Let's start trying to do a bar joke, guys. That was my attempt at humor for the day. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just pretend it worked out perfectly fine and everything went well. But anyway, she has those 2 creeps, or sorry, she can have up to 3 creeps, or up to 2. Where is it? No, yes, enchant. She can have up to, I don't know. Can she only have 1? I thought she can only have 3, but apparently she can have as many as she can fit under her duration. So with the cooldown being 25 seconds at the current point in time, let's just wait. Hold on, we got a cold snap back and get activated on top of Huskar. Huskar is taking quite a bit of damage. He goes down. Leshrac trying to do as much damage as possible to this Invoker. There's the Leshrac not doing nearly enough. Enchantress comes on the backside. She's going to do a little bit of damage to Leshrac. Leshrac's on the run. He has the split earth. Is going to hit the Enchantress. I think I heard a healing cell pop by Leshrac. I didn't see too soon. And as Invoker throwing out a Sunstrike, as Leshrac decided to not continue to run, so he just barely dodged that. Enchantress throwing out a laugh, a friendly little laugh. Pudge has himself a double damage room, and he has a bottle in his inventory. I definitely agree with Pudge's build. I'm not too sure what exactly he built. Well, actually, no. I agree with a little bit more than rushing for bottle. Not too entirely completely ideal for rushing for bottle because he built those 2 Goblin of Strengths instead of just building 1 Tango and 2 Iron Branches. But hey, I can't complain all the time. I do commend you, Pudge, for at least getting yourself some form of regen before he went for that bottle. So he has that 1 Tango, and he has those 2 Goblin of Strengths, and now he has himself a bottle in the courier, or sorry, in his inventory. Soon it will be brought to him. I don't know when. Meanwhile, we see Rubick engaged on top of the Zeus. Zeus taking a lot of damage from all these guys, and he might be going down. Sven is fast enough to catch up to him. Zeus moves slow as molasses in the winter. One more auto attack is all I need. Okay, 2 more auto attacks. Zeus is trying to use that bottle, but it's not enough. He goes down to the last hit from Sven. And now we got a little bit of harassment from Rubick throwing on top of Riki. And I honestly think that the bottom lane needs to be a little bit more aggressive, especially considering the fact that there's a Sven and a Rubick. Rubick can set up so many engagements. Hold on, we got engagement happening down bottom. We got Enchantress coming in, just trying to body block. I don't know what she was doing down here. But I think we might be seeing Enchantress go down. She's taking quite a bit of damage from everything. Leshrac is pretty low though. Leshrac will be going down to the Invoker cold snap. And then we got a lot of damage coming up to Huskar. The creeps are taking that tower. They might be able to finish them off just by themselves. There's an inner vitality activated by Huskar. He's taking quite a bit of damage from everything. Invoker's trying to get close enough so he can throw another auto attack. There's a Sunstrike coming down. Sunstrike does get the kill on top of Huskar. Double kill for the Invoker, so Invoker's doing pretty well in this lane as well. Enchantress definitely setting them up for all those things, or for all that advantage. Yes, Enchantress definitely setting them up for all that big advantage. Whatever sense that makes. So anyway, Pudge is doing well. Pudge is still, I mean, he's farming well. Like I said before, he waited to get his bottle, which I totally agree with, and now he has his boots, he has his gauntlet of strength, and now he's ready to start roaming around because he's level 6. So this is definitely something to consider. When you go for that bottle first, you are not only delaying yourself, but you also put yourself into a specific mindset where you have to stay mid and continue farm. Pudge decided to not go for bottle at all. He could have just went on ahead and finished his Earn the Shadows. Instead of going for that bottle, he could have. Well, he got boots anyway. I was about to say he could have went for faster boots and then went for a gank or something. I don't really know. But long story short, Pudge did not commit to that bottle too early, so he didn't have to worry about it. So Leshrac's going to be getting hooked by that Pudge, and Pudge will be throwing the ultimate on Leshrac. Here's Huskar doing a little bit of damage, auto attack damage to Pudge. Pudge doesn't care. He has support around the backside coming from Enchantress. There's a cold snap on top of Huskar. And that's a lot of damage being done to Enchantress. Enchantress about to be going out. I don't know why she's not going down yet. She's not dead. She has 1 point untouchable. That's what it is. Enchantress took an early point untouchable. So she's slowing everybody's attack speed by 20. It was just barely enough to keep her alive. Her sprites also keep her alive as well. So Enchantress playing pretty well in jungle for the most part. I really don't know. Actually, yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm not too confident in I'm not too confident in the Radiant's ability to actually come back from this early game deficit, because the things to consider honestly is the fact that there's not only Enchantress on the enemy team. Sorry, there's not only Enchantress on the dire side, but there's also a Riki, there's also a Pudge, and those two can be pretty annoying. Sven with a beautiful stun down bottom. He might be able to get himself a double kill down here. No, Riki's going to go ahead and do a nice little juke blink strike. That doesn't matter, these both do go down. Rubick picks off the Riki, and Zeus picks off the Sven, and now Zeus picks off a Rubick as well. So there's Sven saying, oh my god, he's so mad at what happened, and Zeus is just going to walk back home like a boss. Or maybe he'll eat a tree. I don't really know what Zeus is going to do. He's just hanging out down here. Enchantress just consistently in jungle. She's building herself an Earn the Shadows. Pudge has also built himself an Earn the Shadows. And as I said before, this is a huge no-no, guys. If one person on your team already has an Earn the Shadows, don't build an Earn the Shadows yourself, because those charges will only go to one person. Now, if Pudge is never moving out of his lane, maybe that'll be a little bit beneficial, but I don't really know. I'm not too sure what to think about, because Enchantress is doing relatively well. She has 5 kills, 0 deaths, and 4 assists, so she's setting up that Invoker pretty darn well. Invoker has 5 kills and 0 deaths and 3 assists as well, so he's pretty much on par with Enchantress. And as far as the last hits go, the last hits are not bad at all. The Radiant are suffering heavily in those last hits. The only person with bad last hits is Riki, and that's to be expected because Riki is melee, and Riki doesn't really have any true farming ability except for Blink Strike. But I mean, you can't really count as a farming ability. So Enchantress does send the Hellbear Smasher around the corner. Free goal for Huskar. Give him a little bit more last hit, a few more last hits. She feels bad for him. Let me go and take a quick look at these gold graph. As far as the gold graph goes, we see the gold graph is in favor of the Dire heavily. That's not to be, or I'm not too surprised about that. It's mainly a lot of hero kills. Enchantress has been ganking that top lane a lot, and Pudge is also here as well. So these guys will be going in for another set of kills. This is Riki. Riki finally hit level 6, so he's invisible. He's ready to set something up. He just has to make sure he doesn't jump the gun. His allies will be here. There's 4 people from the Dire up top. Leshrac and Huskar are not long for life. Riki will be dropping the cloud soon. There's a cloud drop by Riki. Everybody's getting slowed a little bit. Riki's going to go on top of Leshrac with a bad choice. I honestly think he should have dropped that cloud a lot earlier. Sunstrike going by, Invoker does miss, and Huskar's going to turn around and try to do a little bit of damage, but it doesn't matter. He gets slowed, or he gets his attack speed reduced because of that freaking untouchable. They did just recently buff, so this is post, but actually it's pre-buff. This is before the buff, before the patch to untouchable. I think untouchable now has a it slows your attack speed by 120, if I'm not mistaken, which I might be mistaken. I'm not too sure. Can't really remember for sure. But anyway, we see 3 people from the Radiant up top. Joe Ranger just chilling. Now Zeus throws out the ulti so they can see who's where and where's who. And they see 3 people up top for the Radiant, and they'll pretty much will lose this fight. Joe Ranger has Treads and Tango. That's all she has. Leshrac is still poor. He's a support. What do you expect? Huskar has himself 1 healing salve on Boots. And that's really it. Joe Ranger's trying to go for a quick kill on top of this Invoker. Invoker's just baiting around. And there's a beautiful engage on top of Joe Ranger. Joe Ranger taking the bait. Leshrac gets caught inside the smoke. And he's going to throw 1 auto attack on top of Invoker, gets the kill on top of Invoker, and there's a courier going down as well. So Radiant's courier goes down for no apparent reason, trying to give that Leshrac his items. And now Riki was going to go ahead and set himself up for a kill on top of this Huskar. Huskar is going to get caught out. Pudge can't follow up with the hook. If only Riki doesn't get in the way. Riki get out of the way so Pudge can line up the hook. I don't know if Healing Salve tried to get popped by the Huskar. Huskar does go down for it.
I do my work.
Radiant's top tower is under
so
attack.
to be honest, judging by the level of play that I'm seeing from the Radiant side, I can say that Huskar is relatively making a lot of mistakes. Let's not say relatively new. Let's just say he's making a whole bunch of mistakes. He has healing cells. He still has healing cells. He hasn't invested in any form of regen or sustainable regen, that is, at all. And all he has is Boots right now, so Boots first is not a good idea, guys. Do not go for Boots first. As you see, Huskar has zero extra stats, and he has 50 extra movement speed, and that has helped him out 0 percentage. Wait on, we see engagement happen on top of Zeus. Zeus does go down, pretty easy kill for these guys. Rubick just telekinesis threw out a thunderbolt on top of his head because Rubick is level 6. He stole that ability, and Zeus just pretty much went down faster than Kuka's ship. But anyway, continue on my rant. Don't go for Boots first, mainly because you can end up in this situation right here. All Huskar has is Boots to his name, and Boots give him 50 extra movement speed, so he can move a little bit faster. But it doesn't matter if you're stunned, you're still dead. If Enchantress is slowing, because Enchantress slows you for how much? What is it? Enchant. It slows you for 30%, so that's pretty much negating all that movement speed you have plus more, despite the fact that you have Boots. So all Huskar has is Boots. He can chase people, yeah, but he's not in any position to chase anybody. He's not even level 6 just yet. So we got Pudge walking around the corner. Pudge's going to be getting caught out with a terrible hook. Enchantress come around the corner, try to help him out. Leshrac activates the ulti. There's a heal coming from Enchantress. Pudge will be going down around the backside. He could deny himself, but he decided not to. And these guys will be engaged on top of Leshrac. Leshrac's getting cold snapped to death. He goes down to the Invoker. Meanwhile, Invoker turns around and does a massive amount of damage because he is going for Exort Invoker, not Exort Invoker. What the heck is it? Exort Invoker. He's going for the Exort Invoker or Quas Exort. I don't really. Nah, he's going for Exort. Huskar pops that Inner Vitality, but it's not really healing for all that much because he has like 0 regen. I guess one big tip to put for Huskar players is if you're gonna be playing Huskar or if you're gonna be playing Huskar, you're gonna be trying to leverage your Inner Vitality. Definitely put yourself some regen on it. We got a kill going to Zeus down bottom. Zeus got a free kill on top of Sven, and now we got a kill coming on top of Rubick. Rubick trying to do as much damage as possible, but there's a double kill going towards that Zeus. The support from Riki was definitely useful in killing that Rubick. And yeah, this thing is extremely one-sided. If you take a look at the items, we can see that the Radiant pretty much have nothing. Well, okay, Sven has himself a Morbid Mask and 2 Gallons of Strength and Power Trade. So Sven is farming up a little bit more than I kind of anticipated. But, I mean, compared to the items that his enemies have, Riki has himself pretty much the same thing. Riki's almost has a Vlad. Actually, he probably has a Vlad already. Hold on, and we got an attack happening on top of Riki. Riki just barely goes invisible. He does have Vlad's indeed. Vlad's is in his inventory. So he'll have himself a Vlad resolving versus Sven's just a naked Morbid Mask. Riki pops himself a healing salve. He's going to get ready to go for a fight again. We got TP coming down bottom from Rubick. Rubick looking to help his teammate out. Help his teammate push the lane. And not too sure what they're talking about in there, but whatever, they're talking about something. Somebody's obviously frustrated, or maybe it was just error in typing. I don't really know. Pudge is just taking the tower for his creeps. Let his creeps save a little bit of HP.
Dire's bottom tower.
And now the top tower, now in the top lane, we got a little bit of engagement happening. Joe Ranger pretty much abandoned her lane completely, which is not good at all. She needs to continue to farm. I honestly, we got a kill going on top of Joe Ranger, pretty darn easy. No kill just yet. Enchantress trying to get that last hit. Enchantress throws out the heal, and then Leshrac's ulti's doing work on top of her, but it's not enough work. And Enchantress just barely able to make it alive. Are you kidding me? Invoker is invisible, so he's able to scout out everything, help his teammates run away, and Riki gets killed down bottom. We see Rubick still something. Rubick stole static arc lightning, which is not really all that useful when you do not have the passive from Zeus to actually help it out do more damage. Because really, static lightning, yeah, it's cool. You can spam it. It does it does 80. Wow, really? It does 85 damage which is not really all a lot, but static field is the main reason why Zeus has that ability, so he can continue to proc that. We got Rubick engaging, or sorry, we got Riki engaging on top of Rubick. Rubick will be going down soon, and there's Rubick going down zap on top of Riki, but Riki doesn't care. Riki has Blast, he has the Tango, so he's gonna run away while he can. He got the kill. Contract complete, as Riki would say. We got Huskar getting hooked by the Pudge, and Huskar's pretty much going down. There's a stun coming out from Leshrac, and now Leshrac is on the run. Pudge can just perma-rod him and go for a kill on top of him, but no, he decides not to. He does have support in the form of Enchantress and Invoker on the backside. I think that would have been able to get that kill. We got a GG getting called out already by Leshrac, so the Dire have been pretty much dominant in this entire game. That top lane is all I gotta say. That top lane. And also the bottom lane has been doing well too. Zeus has himself arcane boots as well. Actually, no, let me go ahead and bring up these net worths so we can see how badly these guys are ahead.
Radiant's
How much these guys are ahead. We got Pudge getting the ulti on top of Rubick. Rubick does go down, and we look at the net worth. The net worth pretty much tells the whole tale. We got Chances healing herself. She might be going out soon. She stands still for a few seconds, turns around, throw a few more auto attacks. Sven's gonna do a few more auto attacks to her, but he's getting his attack speed slow. And there is a positive earn charge from Enchantress getting thrown on top of her. And wow. Enchantress stayed alive and Zeus got that kill. And then we got Huskar coming on the backside. He's gonna leap on top of Invoker. Wrong person to leap on, bro. Wrong person to leap on. Should have leaped on that top of that Enchantress. He tried to pop himself a healing spell to save his life, but it was not enough. You see, Huskar had himself power charge, and that is it. Riki did see these two guys running down here. Enchantress is out of mana, so she's gonna go ahead and continue to run away. But Huskar did try to pop himself a healing salve, and this is one big rut that I think I'll spend a few minutes ranting on, or maybe a few hours. It's almost been a few hours. Really? Pudge did try to hook that Sven, but he hooked the creep instead. That was confusing. Leshrac still fortified. Stun from Leshrac does miss that Pudge, and Pudge is able to walk away while he can. Invoker went down top. Yes, Invoker went down top to the people who were running back down. We saw that, and Chance was able to get away. And really, I pretty much called out everything so far. If we take a look at the goal graph, we can see. Oh wait, hold on. So Rubick stole static lightning, or arc lightning. Yeah, cool. So now Rubick can push that wave back by doing 85 damage to all the creeps. It's pretty disheartening, to be honest, whenever you still arc lightning as a Rubick, because you can't really do anything with it, especially if it's only level 1. We got the Dire side coming up. They're shooing the Radiant away, and Sven is here. Sven is ready to do some damage, but he has nothing really. He has himself a Morbid Mask and Power Trade. And here's Riki getting caught around the corner. Riki in the bad spot. He's going to get chain stunned. Will he be able to make it alive? Yes, he will be able to make it alive. Tornado from Invoker saving the day, and there's Zeus throwing out a few auto attacks from everybody. He got 4 people from the Radiant versus 4 people from the Dire. Who will win this fight? Probably the Dire, because they're more well farmed. Huskar finally leaps on the correct person, but he still goes down regardless. Jordan trying to do as much damage as possible, but she goes down as well. Meanwhile, we got Enchantress doing work on top of whoever was. Zeus ulti, he gets popped, and he gets a kill on top of that Leshrac. And we got Sven just standing back near his tower. He's gonna stand still for the Sunstrike, and he goes down. Oh man, Sven just gave up. Sven just gave up on life and just stood still, so the Sunstrike can just take him away. And that is pretty much the end of that engagement. So this will be pretty much. So probably this will probably be 2 towers for the Dire. They're all really healthy. They're all doing good on mana. I think, does anybody have mana boost? No, nobody has any mana boost. Enchantress is going to build himself an Aghanim Scepter. As you can see, the Invoker and Enchantress are the highest up on that net worth. I haven't had a chance to actually touch on this really, but pretty much the closest person to the net worth of the lowest net worth on the side of the Dire is double that of the highest person on the side of the Radiant. So that's a huge, gigantic, ginormous, enormous, ebonics. I don't know. Just throw more words at it. Ebonics. Deficit that's between these two teams, and you can see the gold is definitely paying off. The gold is definitely showing. Now Rubick stole what? Rubick stole his heal. I think Rubick stole Chance's heal. Something else. Pudge gets a little bit on the spin. Riki does go down, but it doesn't really matter. Jordan's just trying to do as much damage as possible as she possibly can, but she doesn't have nearly enough farm. She has herself an Urn of Shadows. Yeah, it gives her a region. It gives her a little bit more tankiness, but definitely not helping her out at all. She got 2 charges. That's really it. 2 charges of Urn of Shadows. Jordan wants to be more DPS as opposed to support oriented or support minded, and to be honest, whenever you build an Urn of Shadows, you're building yourself more so support oriented or gank oriented. Jordan is not about ganks until she gets a Shadow Blade, unless she gets a Shadow Blade. There we go. We got a beautiful silence coming from Jordan, but these guys don't care. They're pretty much not going to die. Jordan can't do nearly enough damage. She's only level 8, so she only has plus 40 agility whenever she's trying to attack people, and that's not really a lot. Her damage right now is only 102, or I'm sorry, 120.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Actually, no, I
attack.
take it back. Wow, wait, what? Her damage just went down for no reason. Wait, does that count for allies as well? I was about to say. Alright, so her damage is only 122, which is not a lot considering the fact that she is Drow Ranger and you expect Drow Ranger to do a crap ton of damage. Comparatively, Enchantress, her damage is 91, which is pretty high for pretty close. A little bit too close to for comfort, if you ask me. Riki's damage right now is 114 plus 17, and that's without any true steroids. He has himself. That's just basically pure items and pure damage. That's not counting backstab or backstab as well. I'm trying to find somebody who's more comparable. I pretty much looked at everybody, and almost everybody has close numbers to Drow Ranger, which is not really good at all. Rubick gets hooked in by the Pudge. He gets ultra from the Pudge. Pudge with a beautiful backstab, and these guys will be going for engage. The stun from Leshrac does hit the Pudge only, and those are a definite blast. And on top of Leshrac, Leshrac is silenced. He's getting hit with everything. He's trying to use his ulti on top as much as he possibly can. Huskar goes on and leaps on top of Enchantress. Enchantress doesn't care. She heals on up, and Zeus gets the ulti off and kills him. GG getting thrown out by Leshrac again. He's throwing a mini GG. It's GG. He GG for everybody on his team. Is Enchantress. Enchantress saying shut up, and Pudge saying we know it. A little bit of bad manners on the side of Enchantress, but I mean, he was spamming in the chat, so I mean, some leniency to that. Sven's trying to build himself his Mask of Madness. He's not too far away from him, but I don't think he'll be able to get it before he loses his base. Maybe he'll be able to get it if he loses base, if he decides to camp us out his fountain, but not really much he can really do. On the Radiant side are coming in, marching forward to see if they can go for anything. Drow Ranger has what? Drow Ranger has an Earnest Alice and Trades. Huskar has Trades, and Huskar's going to leap in on top of Pudge, and he's doing not nearly enough damage. Pudge doesn't care. Pudge just turns around, slaps him in the face, and he gets a kill. Godlike for Enchantress. Enchantress getting out of hand. There was an unstoppable kill going for the Pudge, and there's a kill going for Riki. That's almost a team wipe. Everybody got wiped except for Sven. Sven is just chilling in his base trying to heal up. So Sven just made it to his base to heal up from when we saw him walking out of the jungle earlier, and his whole entire team died before he can heal up. So yeah, what else is there really to talk about? I mean, Riki's building himself a Sanji and Yasha. It doesn't really matter what Riki builds. Riki can, the whole entire dire side can pretty much sell everything and then build Dagons, and they'll probably still win. Once again, that is not a slight to the players in the game, but that is just showing you guys, or that's just telling you guys the state of the game at this current point in time. If everybody sold every single one of their items and then bought Dagon and then started building items again, they'll probably still be ahead of the Radiant.
Radiant's top
and that's a fact. I mean, Radiant pretty much losing everything. Like, Radiant, they were able to claim 2 towers, yeah, sure. But the gold grab, I mean, the kills have been surmounting so horribly for these guys. Riki's getting engaged upon by the Huskar. Huskar does go down finally. Double kill for that Invoker because of that meatball triple kill instead. He might be able to get himself an ultra kill. Hopefully he can get a rampage. Rubick throws out the heal from Enchantress, doing so much damage. Look at the impetus doing so much damage. Slow throw on top of Rubick. Rubick will be getting hit with that Sunstrike. Ultra kill for Invoker. No rampage because 1 kill was taken by somebody else, so Invoker's pretty happy about that. He will take all his blows and walk away. He has a 4-staff and Tornado Stick. Enchantress is building himself a 4-staff by the looks of it. She also has an Aghanim Scepter up already. Zeus is building himself an Aghanim Scepter as well. Riki probably building himself an Aghanim Scepter too. Now he's building himself a Sanji and Yasha. He has a Sanji, he has the Yasha recipe. All he has to do is have the courier bring it to him. Pudge is building himself a 4-staff, and he also has a Hood of Defiance. Let me go and take a look at the rest of the items. We can see that the Radiant are poor. I mean, Huskar has power trades. Drow Ranger has power trades, and that's really it. Who's getting caught up? That's Drow Ranger getting caught up. She'll be going down. No, she'll still be going down. Sven almost able to save a life, but no, there's too much support coming in from the rest of these guys. And that was pretty much a free kill, essentially. These guys can't really push out. The Radiant are going to go ahead and donate their lives, while Leshrac is going to go ahead and donate his life. Help out the enemy team get a little bit more. Help them hurt and push. Rubick still something. Rubick stills. Enchantress. Enchant. So she can go steal Enchantress and creep. That's really about it. Enchantress is not even using enchant anymore. She's just straight up auto attack. She's become a primary character for these guys. She has 10 kills and 19 assists. She's been involved in a lot of fights. Let me go and bring up. Look at her net worth. Her net worth is 10k gold. That's what is that? Never mind. We got a gauge to have on top of Invoker. Invoker will be going out soon. The tornado from Rubick is going to be thrown out. Ulti from Zeus is going to be able to kill the Huskar. So Invoker finally does go down. And I got an invite from a friend to play. I can't play right now. Casting stuff. Shout out to my friend. But anyway, yeah, Enchantress just chilling. I mean, she has all day. She has a level 4 untouchable, so that's anybody who attacks her has their attack speed reduced by 110, and that's a significant amount of attack speed reduction, especially considering the fact that there's a Huskar on the enemy side, and all he wants to do is auto attack you. We got Riki going in on top of his Drow Ranger. He doesn't care if his invisibility is broken. He doesn't care at all. Leshrac goes out of stun does miss. Master Man is finally up on a Sven. And Sven taking massive amounts of damage for one impetus. Enchantress wants to go for that kill. Rubick throws a tornado. Might be able to save his life. No, there's a Sven going down to that Rubick. I'm sorry, going down to the Riki. Ultimate for Pudge is going to be on top of Huskar. Huskar goes down pretty down fast. Huskar trying to build himself an armlet. He definitely did his build a little bit backwards. And we got Pudge throwing him right on top of everybody. Silence on top of Rubick. Rubick going to be able to make it alive. And Chance is able to get a triple kill. Wow. 1 auto attack for you, 1 auto attack for you, 1 auto attack for whoever else that was. So Chance pretty much is hanging on the base. She's pretty much out of mana. All she's doing is throwing out a bunch of impetuses. All she needs is mana regeneration. She'll be happy. But I mean, she doesn't really need mana regeneration because Zeus has arcane boost, so Zeus can give her mana if he really wants to. Which he should, because Enchantress is doing a lot of damage to everybody. Enchantress is hitting harder than Drow Ranger, guys. That is when you know things are going bad. When somebody's hitting harder than Drow Ranger. Oh god, let me go ahead and bring that up. Let's take a look at the levels, because levels probably tell a tale as well. Hero levels, we see that. Wow. Riki and Enchantress are level 18, Pudge and Invoker are close to level 16, so almost at level 3 of the ultis, and Zeus is level 14, so Zeus is the only one slacking on the side of the dire side, but he's still 3 levels above the highest level on the side of the Radiant. So I mean, Rubick stole what? What did Rubick steal? Rubick stole Hook, so these guys might be able to get a free kill. Enchantress gets a kill on top of that. Drow Ranger, there's a leak up from Huskar on top of Riki. Riki does go down, and there's an ult for Zeus activated. Zeus finally gets the after ult. He's able to get a kill, or help his team get that kill. All that damage is getting done to everybody. And there's a heal coming from Enchantress on top of that Zeus, and she's also throwing out the sprites as well. And she's gonna go ahead and push. Or no, never mind. I thought I heard sprites. Sven the sole survivor in the entire engagement, and his Mask Mat is helping him out a little bit, but
top tower is
they're only able to kill 1, but they lose like 3, so that's not really good at all as far as trading goes. I was trying to look at the net worth of everything.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Riki finally fell below net worth. What did Riki do? Oh, it's currently one grab. Sven will be able to get himself a kill on top of Zeus, and now he'll be on the run. He needs to go ahead and TP away. Why does he not have a TP scroll? I have not a clue, but Pudge will be able to hook him. All his dude wait for another 6 seconds. Invoker Tornado does miss. Pudge hook, will you land? Your hook is now free to go. He launches the hook in 3, 2, 1. Never mind. I was trying to be awesome and count it out. Georgia comes around the backside. She silences the Enchantress, but it doesn't matter. She's going to go down regardless. Huskar's here as well. Huskar goes down pretty darn fast to everything. Meanwhile, we got Enchantress chasing the Drow Ranger, and meanwhile, Leshrac is chasing the Enchantress. Enchantress just barely getting caught on the edge of the stun. She forces herself forward. She's going for the kill on top of that Drow Ranger. The Drow Ranger goes down pretty easily. Leshrac attack is super darn slow. He gets a definite blast from that Invoker, and now Rubick's trying to do what he can, but he can't really do anything left, or there's nothing left for him to do. He's trying to build a hood to find. He's trying to build a pipe for his team because he knows he needs, but he gets slowed by the Enchantress. He's trying to run. Will he be able to make it a relay? I doubt it. There's his death right in the impetus. And Enchantress is building herself what looks to be orchids. Or maybe she's building herself a casual Sage's mask. I don't really know. Let's see. She can build herself an orchid, or Oblivion staff for orchids. She can build herself. Hold on. Yeah, still a little bit bad manners going back and forth. Guys, if you ever have like a super advantage like that and things are going well, please refrain from taunting the other team. Mainly because it's not necessary. I've been in so many instances where I'm playing against somebody and it's like I'm doing extremely well, but everybody else on my team is just sitting like just talking trash about them. But you guys don't have to talk trash about somebody if you're playing in a game with them. Says, but I guess you're lucky. I mean, like still, despite how well the game's going for you, please try to be the good manner person and actually just continue playing. Say nothing if you can help it at all. Only talk to your teammates. Don't talk to flaws. Don't feel talked out. Yeah, sure. If you're playing with friends, go ahead and throw a few taunts back and forth. But I mean, to be honest, the conversation between Enchantress and whoever else is highly unnecessary. Saying how am I lucky? He says me and blah blah owned you early. Actually, no, I take it back. Actually, no. I will. In Enchantress defense, I'll pit that on both of the guys. I'll pit that on both Leshrac and Enchantress. Just be quiet and lose, or just be quiet and win. You don't have to always throw out taunts back and forth. It just makes you feel it's like it's a lose-lose situation because not only are you winning, or even though you're winning, they can still report you, and then next thing you know you're a low priority kill for no apparent reason, and it just makes the whole community look bad overall. We got Huskar leaving on top of Enchantress. This is gonna heal up, and she'll be able to get a kill on top of Huskar. Huskar not doing nearly enough damage. And there's an impetus from Enchantress. Sven's going to be getting hit with 2 of those. There's 250 forward coming from that. Rubick pivots to Sven forward to help him out. And Sven just might have ended his life. He just ended his life. 400 and something damage from that impetus. Plus items after, plus the extra incoming damage that he takes from that Mask of Madness. We got a hook from Rubick on top of Pudge, and Pudge is going to... Rubick's going to try to do his best damage. Pudge is top of camp, but doesn't really matter. And Rampage, oh my god. Rampage for Enchantress. I didn't even know she was that close to it. That's pretty much a free tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks
Orca Malevolence
are
up
under
on Enchantress.
Radiant structures are
And she
fortified.
still has 2k gold. Leshrac is pretty much going down pretty darn easily. We got Jordan's going down pretty darn easy. Huskar leaks a Riki, but he still goes down.
You did your
Got like
best.
killing spree going for Enchantress. I mean, this things spiraling out of control ever since those early kills. If you take a look at the graph, I just want to see where it went wrong. It definitely went wrong in those first. I think at those first 2 kills.
Radiant's middle tower
Actually,
is
hold
under
on.
attack.
Maybe about right here. About right here is when it started to go wrong.
Dire's bottom
Mainly because
tower is
Enchantress,
under attack.
Enchantress power is early on when she can get those early creeps. Get those centaurs, get those wildkins, just jump into the lane, just kill everybody, just go for those ganks, consistently ganking all around the map. But there's no way in heck that Enchantress should be doing this much damage later on in the game. Rubick steals what? Rubick steals Enchant from Enchantress. He turns around, gets hit with a tornado. He will be going down to an auto attack from that Enchantress.
Radiant's
The middle tower's under siege.
is
The
under
middle tower
attack.
under siege. Not just yet. Not just yet. Nope. Throws the silence on top of Pudge. And Pudge gets leaked by the Huskar, but he's just standing still. Huskar is hitting like a kid. I think Pudge's rot might kill him faster than Huskar can possibly kill him. And there's Pudge going down because he rotted himself.
Radiant's middle tower has
So
fallen.
Pudge's rot is hitting him for
Radiant's
more
middle
damage than
tower is
Huskar.
under
Yeah, Pudge's
attack.
rot is hitting him for 110 damage, and Huskar is hitting for... okay, about 110. I don't really know. I don't really know what you want to call it. Maybe Huskar's hitting just as hard as Rot was hitting Pudge, but it doesn't really matter. Pudge is just not feeling half of it. Enchantress will be able to get a kill on top of Jordan. She's going to farm the fountain a little bit. There's a kill on top of Rubick might be next on the menu for ultra kill, or sorry, yeah, for ultra kill for Enchantress. Rubick stole what? Rubick steals nothing, and he gets hit again.
Radiant's
Ultra kill for
ancient is
Rubick.
under attack.
Next time.
Rampage soon for Sven, for Enchantress. If she can kill Sven, I think she might be able to get the kill on top of Sven. She can just jump in for a fountain. She throws the orc on top of Sven.
Radiant's
Sven will be
top
going down.
tower is under
Never mind. Enchantress can't do it. She can't do it fast enough. Sven decided to run back. Very well played by Sven. Okay, now he turns around. She might be able to turn around and get it this time. She goes. She forces himself forward. Sven throws out the ulti. He throws out the Master Madness. He does as much damage as possibly can, but he goes down to the Zeus. So Zeus with a beautiful support. Enchantress almost getting a Rampage, and that's the end of the game.
Victory.
So yeah, that was extremely one-sided. That was more one-sided than I possibly could have imagined it would be one-sided. But yes, that game was sent in by the Enchantress. If you guys haven't already figured that out, thank you for sending me that, Kaz. But it's still all that stuff I said in the middle of the game and stuff about manners. Please try to keep your manners. Please mind your manners, especially if your team is doing that well, where you're just outright destroying everybody on the enemy team. Try to have some what's the word I'm looking for? Try to have some civility? No, not civility. Some mercy, I guess, in how you talk to them, especially if things are going that bad for them. Because the last thing I want to see happen, the last thing that I want to see happen is for the Dota 2 community to shrink. And every single time I see somebody talking speaking junk or talking junk back and forth for no apparent reason, or not really back and forth, but just talking junk in general, just talking trash the entire game, like, oh man, you guys are noobs because you blah blah blah, or oh, you guys are sucking because of that. Every time I see that, I think, or just think of it this way: for every one instance that you see of that, that's 2 people who quit Dota. And for every, of all the times that you've seen that, just think of how many people have quit it, stop playing Dota since then. So all I'm really trying to say is mind your manners, because the more trash you talk to somebody, especially when you're in that good of an advantage, or you have that much of an advantage, then the less likely they'll play Dota. I don't know. As you guys can obviously see, I haven't really thought out my thoughts, but still, my message is still there. My message is still clear. Just try to be as nice as we possibly can. Otherwise, you'll just drive people away from Dota, and they'll go to League of Legends, or they'll go to Han, or they'll go to something else. They'll go to Smite. They'll go play something else that's not Dota. And I want the Dota 2 community to continue to grow, especially since it's still in beta. And once it goes public, it's gonna grow as pretty darn big. That's my prediction. But anyway, enough of the community talk. And yes, as a community, we do have quite a bit of work to do as far as manners go. I understand that. I understand that just by me saying that we all should be nicer in games is not going to change anything at all. But just think about it. Just think next time before you start taunting the enemy team for no apparent reason. So anyway, I think really the only person I want to... No, actually, no, I want to talk about 2 people. on the Radiant side, I'm focusing mainly on the Radiant side. I guess I could talk about the Dire side a little bit, but the Dire had such a good advantage that it didn't really matter what they did. They were going to win regardless, especially considering the fact that Enchantress and Invoker were just dominating the lane so hard. Invoker can get out of hand, a little bit more out of hand than Enchantress can, but Enchantress just got really out of hand. But anyway. Oh yeah, hold on. Thank you, Lazarine, for sending in this replay. But anyway, moving on to Sven. Starting with Sven. What's it? No, Huskar. Starting with Huskar. Huskar, you build boots first. Do not build boots first. Please do not build boots first. I repeat, do not build boots first. Please do not build boots first. It gives you nothing to help you out in the early game. 50 movement speed is nothing in this game. 50 movement speed is literally 0. Actually, okay, it's not literally 0. Okay, it's figuratively 0. Let's put it this way. I think the slowest movement speed. The slowest base movement speed is like 280 or something like that. So 280, and that's Invoker and Enchantress, or Invoker and Crystal Maiden. That's like 280 movement speed, or maybe it's 290. I don't really remember. So that's the slowest base movement speed of any hero in the entire game. Now, whenever you buy boots, you're buying yourself 50 movement speed. So that increases your movement speed by, well, hold on. Okay, taking those lowest numbers. Let's see. Yay, more math, right? So let's see. I want to do 280. No, yeah, okay, hold on. 280 plus 50. Don't worry, guys. It'll make sense at the end. Divided by 280 equals, okay, so that means you're increasing your movement speed by 17% whenever you buy boots with those two people who are super slow. Now, that's what those two people who are super slow, who probably do need the flat movement speed. But the point I'm trying to get at is early game, 17% extra movement speed is nothing. Especially if you're getting focused, especially if you get chain stun, especially if you're getting super slow by people like Enchantress or by people like, who else is slow? By Riki. Nah, okay, yeah, you can kind of count Riki. When Riki throws on a cloud, it technically slows you, but it doesn't really slow you all that much. Whenever you get slowed by something, that movement speed gets completely negated. It does nothing for you. And on top of that, boots cost 450 gold, which is a lot of gold. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if I had 450 gold, or sorry, if I had an additional 450 gold to my starting gold at the very beginning of Dota, I would definitely not, I still probably wouldn't buy boots first. Even if I random, whenever you random, you get like 875 or 800 and, I don't know. Hold on, you get plus 250 gold? I don't really remember what the number was. Anyway, you get extra gold whenever you random, and even when I random, I don't go for boots first. Jesus, I can't speak today. You know what? That tells me I need to take a sip of water. Alright, sip of water had. Alright, now my thoughts are cleared. So, 450 gold for boots for, oh, sorry, 450, okay, my speech is not clear anymore. Darn it, I thought the water trickle worked, but it doesn't work for me, guys. 450 gold for extra 50 movement speed is nothing at all. Definitely spend it on something else. Definitely go for, if you really want for regen, or want to go for regen, just go ahead and build yourself a whole bunch of tangos. Like spend all your gold on tangos. I would much prefer to see that as opposed to you go for boots first. I'm dead serious. Like, if I do see this in this match, I will definitely state this once again. If you spend all of your gold, so that's 603 gold divided by 90. Let's see, how many times is that? So go ahead and buy yourself 6 set of tangos. So that's 6 times 9. Whoa, okay, wrong number. 6 times 9. 6 times 3. Go ahead and buy yourself 18 tangos. Well, okay, 6 tangos, which gives you 18 total. Go ahead and buy yourself 18 tangos and go into your lane. I will be significantly happier for you going to your lane like that. Of course, I'll still disagree with it. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a lot of things I disagree with, but there are different ways you can do things. Which is what makes Dota so great. But I would much rather see you buy 6 tangos as opposed to see you buy 1 set of boots and then 1 tango. That's actually specifically directed towards Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger, you built yourself boots and tangos. At least you had tangos in lane, sure. I can't complain too much about the tangos, but the boots first, I definitely do not agree. I despise going for boots first. It's not recommended at all because 50 extra movement speed is not going to help you stay alive. And because you're a Drow Ranger, you're extremely fragile to begin with, but you do a crap ton of damage for no apparent reason, especially in the later on stages. So just go ahead and build yourself some items so you can just have a nice little farming lane or farming stage, because you want to farm up as much as you possibly can. So when you get to that late game, not only are you doing ridiculous amounts of damage for no reason, you're also doing ridiculous amounts of damage for no reason, plus the items that you have. So that kind of makes sense. I don't know. A little bit confusing. Yeah, a tad bit confusing, but basically what I'm trying to say is because you do so well in late game naturally, just go ahead and just farm up items in the middle game, or sorry, in the early game. So you can actually do more damage on top of that natural stuff, so you just become unstoppable. Otherwise, if you buy yourself boots first, that tells me that you want to be aggressive. That tells me that you want to roam around and go kill stuff. And Jordan's role in this game is not to roam around. Jordan's role is to get as much farm as she possibly can and kill everything, because that's what Jordan is good at. She's good at DPS because her ulti gives her free agility. I mean, who doesn't want free primary stat? I want free primary stat. I want free... Wait, my primary stat... If I had to pick one, my primary stat would be... intelligence. Yeah, because I am definitely a support in real life. I don't know how I feel about that. Much better than being an NPC, that's all I gotta say. So anyway, all of that aside, my main point being is obviously don't go for boots first. Go for something else. If you're confused about what you should go for, just go for straight up recommended. I mean, that's never a bad idea. Of course it gets laughed at, especially once you get to the higher levels. Whenever you play, I'm just assuming this is like a low mid-ish level. No offense to the players, but I mean, from what I've seen, Huskar still been healing salves late, or like 20 minutes of the game. Jordan, you're starting with boots first. Huskar starting with boots first. Sven and Rubick weren't really doing as bad as it seemed, mainly because I was focusing so much on top lane. But that top lane, man, that top lane was going horrible for you guys. Anyway. So all that aside, just like go for recommended. If you're confused about what you should go for, recommended gives you some decent items. Recommended almost always tells you to build a healing salve and a tango and maybe a clarity if you have some important spells, and then some iron branches. The reason for that is because that general mindset, that's pretty much all the things you want. You want some cheap stats, you want some regen, and you want whatever else recommended wants to give you. If recommended wants to give you a poor man's shield and you're playing a Razor and you're like, hey, I'm Razor, I don't want poor man's shield, but recommended says and I'm confused about what to build, then build that freaking poor man's shield. I mean, that's all I gotta say. I say poor man's shield. I meant to say stout shield, yeah, because 250 gold. Poor man's shield costs 250 plus 300, 550. Anywho. At any rate, my main gripes with this game was definitely the Huskar going for boots first and the Drow Ranger going for boots first. Every single time I see it, I will always point it out. Do not go for boots first. It's not going to help you out at all. To be honest, going for boots first is just as bad as not buying any items at all and going straight for an Eagle Song, or going straight for a Staff of the Mystic, or going straight for a Staff of Intelligence. Oh wait, I said that already. Straight for a Reaver, or going straight for a Ring of Health, or going straight for a Void Stone, or going straight for one of those super expensive items that don't really do much for you, but they build into some nicer items. I mean, really, to be honest, if we all had infinite inventory spaces, every single person in this entire game will buy a whole bunch of iron branches. That's all you need. Iron branches are the most stat efficient item in the game, and if you have infinite inventory space, then you could just buy like 1,000 iron branches and then have 3,000 free stats, and then destroy everybody with your 1,000 damage plus 1,000 strength. Sorry, plus was it 1,000 times 19? 1,000, whatever 1,000 times 19. Hold on, math. Darn it, calculator. Why you minimized? 1,000 times 19 plus your plus your 19,000 HP plus your 14 times 1,000 plus your 14. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, guys. I actually use a calculator for that. I know. I'm bad at math. I thought I was good at math, but I'm apparently bad at math. Plus your extra intelligence pool, plus your infinite stats. So all I'm really trying to say is there are better ways to go for what you guys are going for. Boots are definitely like probably the lowest priority thing on your list. The only reason why we build boots is because everybody else is going to build boots, so we can actually keep up with them. That is really it. I mean, I'm telling you guys, if nobody in the game built boots, then nobody in the game would ever buy boots. I mean, that sounds like a little circle logic going on, but basically what I'm trying to say is if boots weren't in the game, then nobody would get them. Or if boots were optional, but like say for every level you gain movement speed too. Then nobody will ever buy boots, because boots are only there because everybody else is gonna buy them. The supports are all gonna buy brown boots and then run around with those. The carriers are all gonna buy power trades and run around with those. In order to level the playing field, we buy boots. So what I'm trying to say is boots are like the lowest thing on your priority list. I mean, don't build boots first. I'm not too sure how many other ways I can say don't build boots first. Maybe I can say like Spanish or something, but I don't know Spanish, so I can't do that. Sad days, I know. But anyway, other than that, I mean, that's really the only main things I wanted to spend time talking about, because I see it all the time. people go for boots first, or people go for ring of health first, or people go for the big island first, and also see the thing about the community issues, people just talking trash back and forth for no apparent reason. I mean, if you're playing the game, just play your game and win, or play your game and lose, and just be happy about that. If you have a personal problem with the person, send them a message and talk to them personally, but please don't like draw it out into the middle of everything so everybody can see it. Because I will attempt to make a clear point on this at the very end, and hopefully it comes out a little bit better than my early attempt did. Pretty much, think about it like this. Whenever you're playing a game and say you're doing super well, say you play anti-mage and you have 40 kills and it's only 10 minutes to the game. You have, I don't know how you got the 40 kills, but you got 40 kills. And you just start talking junk to the enemy team like, oh man, you guys are noobs. Oh man, guys, uninstall or go back to League of Legends or go play Han or something. Like if you just continuously do that the entire game, then not only are they going to report you, I mean, that's one side effect. Sure, yeah, you can report anybody you want. Definitely report somebody if you see them doing that, because I will report them myself. But anyway. Yeah, you can do that if you want. I mean, that's going to happen regardless. But, actually, no, boom, perfect point. A case in point, it's sitting right there in front of me. That Enchantress, the last comment that Enchantress made, or sorry, Lazarus made, report for being mega losers. I mean, that right there, don't say things like that. That is like, it's not necessary for you to say things like that, especially if you're doing so well. Enchantress, you had 27 kills and 28 assists. Why are you talking trash to the enemy team? You don't care about the enemy team. Yeah, sure, the enemy team sucks. You can say that all you want to yourself, but don't tell them that. Just say, hey, guys, or just try to give them some form of constructive criticism. Say, hey, you guys could improve if you guys did this, or hey, Huskar, try not going for boots first, or hey, Huskar, hurry up and build your armlet, or say something like that. Say something to help them out, as opposed to say something to hurt them. Because by you saying report for being mega losers, two things are going to happen. One, they're going to read into it as, oh man, this guy's being a douche, and I'm not going to play. This guy's making my game experience bad. And two, whenever one of their friends go up to him and say, hey, I heard about Dota 2. I heard a lot of people talking about it. How's Dota 2? You're in the beta, right? And then their friends, or sorry, the person they asked is going to come up and be like, yeah, you know, I played Dota 2, and, you know, I played it for like, you know, I played maybe like 10, 20 matches, and every single match, it was this dick in that game, man. He was like, just continuously being a jerk and everything. Every single move I made, he was on the enemy team, he just kept talking trash to me. So, you know what? Honestly, Dota is the worst game ever because people keep talking trash to you, blah, blah, blah. So we should go play League of Legends because that's a much better game, much more friendly people there. Although, guys, still, seriously, to be honest, all communities are bad, I know that. But still, the point I'm trying to get at is that if you can help it, don't make somebody else's experience bad. Because every single time you're making somebody else's experience bad, they're going to tell their friends that the game is bad because of that one experience they had. Because of that one time where somebody was just talking junk. Because of that one time Faces of War was just talking junk the entire time. I said, hey, Dota's a crappy game, we should go play something else because the community there sucks. I mean, that's not the look that we want to have as far as Dota goes. And I will continue to spread that message as much as I possibly can, because if we don't check ourselves now, I mean, it's going to get worse, because once the floodgates open, once this game becomes free to play and it's like in alpha is released, or not in alpha, released to the public, then we'll see significantly more of that happening. And for all of us who are in the beta, I mean, we should at least strive ourselves to have some form of, what's the word? Some form of something. I can never think of the proper words at the proper time. Some form of, some form of insert word here. So that way we can make people feel a little bit better about playing the game, even if it's still bad. Like seriously though, like if you see Huskar doing something bad and you think Huskar can do something better, then at the end of the game say, Huskar, maybe you should try doing this, instead of saying, oh man, a report for being mega losers. I mean, seriously, don't do that. That's not good for any of y'all. But anyway, I've talked for way too long about this. I've ranted for way too long. Sorry guys. This is random. This was View Replay Cast. Sorry, I'm getting my cast mixed up. This is View Replay Cast number 22, 20. I always forget the numbers. You know what? That's going to become a staple of my series. I'll forget the numbers and then I'll have to look it up again. So View Replay Cast number 22. Thank you for sending me this View Replay Cast, Lazarine. If you guys have any casts that you guys want me to cast, or any replays that you guys thought was awesome that you guys want to cast, I will be more than happy to cast them. Send them all in. The only ones I would actually no, yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna go and put a stipulation out there. The only one that the only ones that I do not want, if you can help it, that is, are the ones where you have 2 people DC on your team and your team comes back and wins. Because I mean, yeah, sure, cool, you guys won with 3 people versus somebody with 5 people, but that's not really fun to watch, and that's sometimes not fun to cast. Although some crazy things do happen in those matches, and it's always cool to see those highlight moments. Spending an hour cast or watching a cast where there's only 3 people versus 5 people is not really as fun as it seems. So But anyway, aside from that, if you guys have any casts you want to send me in any level, I don't really care. I have zero preference. If it's an hour-long game, if the game lasts 2 hours long, send it in to me. I will cast it. If the game lasts 10 minutes long, send it in to me. I will cast it. If the game was fun, if the game was this, if the game was that, please send it in. I will be more than happy to cast it if you guys enjoy my cast. I'll pretty much work under the honor code of, if you guys are brave enough to post it, then I will definitely cast it, or I'll honor you by cast it. So blah blah blah. Anyway, my name's Cool Blue. Blah blah blah. Talk too long. So see you guys whenever.